Man, oh man, do we have some great dinners planned for this week. You are in for a treat. Be sure to stay to the end because all three are amazing. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. I would like to thank ButcherBox for sponsoring a portion of today's video. I'll tell you more about them later. It's like really close in my face. Hi. For the first meal tonight, we are using the ground pork from my ButcherBox. We're gonna have pork tacos, but there's nothing too different about that. We're gonna make a slaw to go on top. It's a mayo-free slaw. It is a cilantro lime slaw. Let's do it. We are using the help of the grocery store today, and instead of getting a whole head of cabbage and just doing it myself, which is fine, I can do that, and I have done that, we got already shredded cabbage, so we're gonna use that. If you have a salad spinner, you're gonna use that. If not, just use a colander for this next step. But we're gonna put this in here, and we're doing something to it that I don't quite understand, but I'm sure there is a method to the madness. I'm only gonna do about half the bag because we don't need that much. So we're gonna toss our cabbage with about, I don't know, a teaspoon and a half of salt, a good bit of salt. We're gonna rinse this off in a little while, but we're gonna let this sit for about 30 minutes. So let's toss that in there. And in that 30 minutes, we're gonna come back in here and continue to toss it in the salt. Okay, while we wait on this to just sit for 30 minutes, let's put it to the side, and we're just gonna chop up our other ingredients. I'm not making the entire recipe, so I don't quite need as much cilantro as it called for, but I've got this cilantro. I'm just going to run my knife through it really quickly. Okay, I went in and got my some onions or some scallions off of my garden. We're just gonna add these in. And this is a jalapeno from our garden. It is very ripe and we need to use it, so I'm glad we're using it for this recipe. Seeds or no seeds?
I'm saying leave them in there.
Okay, we will.
We're going dare to try.
So I'm just gonna put the lid on this and we're gonna stick it in the fridge while we're still waiting on the cabbage to do whatever it's doing in the salt. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. This has definitely wilted in the salt. And I came in here every 10 minutes or so and just kind of tossed it around. Now we're gonna rinse it and then we're gonna spin it dry. Okay, we're gonna make our dressing for the slaw. So we need a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. We're gonna use, I don't know if we'll use the entire lime, but we're gonna use some fresh lime juice. And then I've got some honey here. We're just gonna use about a teaspoon of this, maybe a little less since I'm not making the full amount. And let's see if I can get that to mix in there with it. So let's just assemble our slaw. We need all of our cabbage. That's good and dry now. Then we've got our cilantro, our scallions, and our jalapeno. If you want to add celery, you can do that. I just didn't want to add the celery. And then on top, we're just going to pour our dressing. Okay, let's just toss that together. And we'll just pop this in the fridge until we are ready to top our tacos with this. Let's smell it first because that's the first rule, right? You have to smell it. Stop it right now. That smells good. Oh my gosh, babe, that's gonna be so good on our tacos.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So we've got a very hot pan. We're gonna add in our ground pork. While we wait on this to brown, Stephen's gonna start on some guac. So he's gonna add some sour cream to our guac. We've got some chopped red onion and some freshly chopped garlic. Got some lime juice going in. Oh yeah, and then plenty of salt. So Stephen got a little excited and really chopped up a lot of garlic, and we had too much garlic for the guac, so we're just gonna add this garlic in with the ground pork because why not? I'm gonna let that cook for about a minute, and then we're gonna throw in some taco seasoning and some water just like normal. So normally I make my own taco seasoning, but I had one of those stand and stuff taco kits, and it came with this seasoning, so we're just gonna use that. And then I'm gonna throw it over here because, you know, we need a little extra seasoning on the stove.
Gotta make a little mess every now and again.
Every single time I cook. And let's add in our water. All of the meats that we're using today all came from ButcherBox, and they came in my most recent box that we received. If you're not familiar, ButcherBox is a subscription service where you can have frozen meats sent directly to your door, but not just any frozen meat. This is not the same quality of frozen meat that you would get at the grocery store or at a bulk store. No, this is great stuff. They only source from farmers and partners who meet their high standards for quality. And when I say high quality, I mean none of their meats or seafood have hormones or antibiotics ever. Their beef is 100% grass-fed and grass-finished and pasture-raised. Their chicken is USDA certified organic and humanely raised. Their pork is also humanely raised and not raised in crates. And their seafood is wild caught. So how does it work? It is fully customizable. You can choose from their 3 different curated box options, or you can do the classic custom box where you choose the exact cuts that your family wants. It is a subscription, but you can go in and change the delivery frequency. You can change your box and what comes in it. You have full control of your box and how often you get it. And shipping is always free. We've been getting ButcherBox for going on 4 years now, and I love just the peace of mind that it gives me. I know that I am giving my family the highest quality of meats, and I'm not having to go from store to store looking for different meats. It is shipped directly to my door for free. Just a little more about the boxes. If you choose one of their curated boxes where they choose what comes in it, that box is $146. You're gonna get 8 to 11 pounds of meat, and you're gonna get about 24 meals from that. With the custom box where you choose every cut of meat, that is their most popular option, and that's $169. And you're getting 9 to 14 pounds of meat, and you're gonna get about 30 meals from that. So if you're interested in checking out ButcherBox, make sure to use my link below, because new members are going to get 4 6-ounce grass-fed, grass-finished top sirloin steaks in every box. Overall, that is a $324 value. We love our ButcherBox, and we know you will too.
Oh,
What's wrong, old man?
my legs are sore.
We've been doing a lot of working out lately, and we're pretty sore all the time.
I've been running the hog. All right.
What?
I'm excited.
You should be. Time to eat. Oh, let's move this. They can't see you. Okay.
I'm ready.
Do it.
We're just gonna dive in. Okay.
You are so goofy. That's right.
Wow.
I love you.
That's amazing. I mean, there is so much to talk about.
We'll talk about it.
It's like the texture because of the guacamole.
Yeah.
And that fantastic flavor of the guacamole.
Yeah.
And then you've got the pork filling. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can like literally taste all the layers in this.
Okay.
And then the slaw.
That slaw though
is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it really is good. It's hot.
It's hot, but it's spicy. It's got this.
I'm hoping
You
that
got the cilantro in there. You've got the citrusy flavors, right?
Sure, sure.
And then just a you can tell that it's kind of, you know, it's balanced out because of the honey that you put in there.
Okay.
Really good.
Does the guac help kind of cool all of that down so it's
Yes.
not overpowering?
Yeah,
That's how
it's
I was kind
so
of hoping
smooth.
for. Yeah.
It is so smooth. This is really good.
Okay.
Highly recommend this, and I love the crunchy shell.
Yes, the stand-and stuff shells
love
are
it.
so nice. All right, that's great. I'm so happy that you're happy, but I'm gonna eat, so
Yeah.
I'll be back. The layer of guac on the bottom. Now I haven't gotten any of the slaw yet because I was a little bit of a chicken when I made mine because I tasted it beforehand and my mouth was on fire. So let me get another bite. These are the best tacos we've ever made at home.
I mean, they are delicious.
Wow.
That's incredible. It really is amazing.
All three, he's not kidding. You can taste all 3 layers. They're very different from each other.
Yeah.
But man, if they don't mesh well.
Yeah. Really good. Now I'm getting some of the heat from the slaw right now.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, y'all make this.
Yeah.
Wow. Because recently I made some Philly cheesesteaks, I've kind of been in that mood. So tonight we are having Cheesesteak Casserole. We're going to be using ground beef from ButcherBox. And this is a very simple recipe, and you can change it up with the veggies that you want. Let's get started. Okay, I've got some water heating here. I'm going to do like half the recipe so that we don't have a ton of leftovers. So I'm going to be boiling pasta in here. So I didn't need a really large one. And we're going to heat this up. But before we do, we need to set the oven, preheat the oven to 350. Okay, I'm heating this to about medium high. I've got my ground beef ready to go in. I'm gonna wait till it's hot, but let's go over and look at our veggies. The original recipe I found calls for green pepper and onion. We're gonna add in some mushrooms because I love that in cheesesteaks. So we're gonna use all of this, have plenty of veggies. So this is gonna brown up. I'm gonna add some seasonings to it, but my water is boiling, so I'm gonna add some salt to my water. And then the recipe calls for a pound of pasta. I'm not doing that, I'm doing about half of that. I've got some rigatoni here and some rotini here, and this equals about a half a pound. So I'm just gonna combine the two. Tell me below, do you always have like half-used boxes of pasta in your pantry? I always do, so I combine them a lot of times. All right, so we're gonna let this boil for probably about 12 minutes. Okay, while this is cooking, we're gonna add in some black pepper, some garlic powder, and some Italian seasoning. And you know, it doesn't call for it, but I'm gonna add in some Dub sauce too. Not a lot, but I think it'll add some good flavor. Maybe like a tablespoon. Really quickly, we need to chop up our onion and bell pepper because we're gonna go add that to the pan in just a second. So let's get that going. This thing does not look good. Okay, so no bell pepper today. This is the bell pepper we just got from the grocery store, and it's absolutely disgusting inside. So we're not gonna be able to use that, which is disappointing, but we at least have mushrooms and onion, so we'll go with that. Okay, I washed my knife off, and now we're just going to chop this onion using our chopper. Good thing I got the mushrooms, because it would be really sad if it was just the onion. Okay, so we've got that, and we've got these baby bellas. Let's head back over to the stove. So I just took my ground beef out. We're just gonna let it hang out here while we saute our veggies. I added just about a tablespoon of olive oil to the pan, and I did turn it down to about medium heat, and I threw our mushrooms in there too. We're gonna let these saute for 3 to 5 minutes until everything's really soft, and we only have a couple of minutes left, 3 minutes left on our pasta over here. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt and pepper to our veggies as well. And let's add just a little bit of the Dub sauce too, not a lot. I just really love that flavor with anything cheesesteak. So that's why I'm doing that. Okay, since I'm cutting the recipe in half, I only need about 6 ounces of Velveeta, but I'm slicing that up now because we're gonna be adding it to the pan here in just a minute to really let it melt down. Okay, these have been cooking for about 5 minutes and they're good and soft. I just drained my pasta. To our veggies, I'm gonna add our hamburger meat back in. Stir that around to incorporate it. All right, now for the Velveeta. We're just gonna add the slices right in here and let it start to melt. I'm gonna kind of push it down in there so it's next to the heat. This should only take 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll move on to the next step. My Velveeta is really starting to melt, so it's time to add in our macaroni, and I'm just going to use this as my baking dish today because my caraway pans can go directly into the oven. If you don't have something that can do that, you'll need to grab a casserole dish. Okay, I'm gonna add in my noodles. I think the original recipe calls for elbow macaroni, and that's fine, but I wanted to use up what we had already on hand, and I don't even think I need all of it, quite honestly. Let's mix this around and see what we've got. I just did a little taste test. It is delicious. What I'm gonna do, another thing that the recipe does not call for, I'm gonna top it with some provolone cheese because provolone just goes really well with cheesesteak in my opinion. I was able to get 5 slices on top. I think that's plenty. This is going in the oven at 350 for just about 15 minutes. We're just gonna heat everything through, let that cheese melt. So just to let y'all know, I only put this in there for about 6 or 7 minutes. That's all it really needed. It was ready, and I was ready to eat it.
You done hit me with a double dose cheesecake.
What?
I mean, what? This is me tired. Back up. Back up.
Cheese steak?
Cheese steak.
Not cheesecake.
Not cheesecake, although.
No, I ain't got none of that.
I can't even think right now because I'm
He's
so tired.
so tired today,
I
y'all.
don't know what it is. You ever getting that just where you just like.
He's just in a zombie haze.
Ugh.
But you can eat.
Ha! That boy can eat. That's exactly right. All right, this looks really good. Cheese steak pasta.
Uh-huh.
Let's get in there. String action there.
A little bit of cheese.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna get involved in this. That is good.
I'm so glad.
Cheesesteak flavor pasta.
You know, this recipe didn't call for Dub sauce. Thank you. That's what I said. So I added it. Don't you worry. But yeah, I was like, but wait though, we gotta have that.
We have to have that. That's really good. That's what makes it taste so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, classic cheesesteak flavor.
Good.
Okay, I said steak that time.
Yeah, not cheesecake.
I had to back up, make sure. Yeah, really good mushroom flavor. I love that. I love the mushrooms in the cheesesteak. Yeah, you did a great job. Very
Thanks.
Cheesy too.
Thanks.
It's like comfort food.
All right, I'm gonna dig in. I'll be back. This is cheesy goodness. Tastes just like a cheesesteak. Y'all have to tell me below, would you have added the Dub sauce as well? And the provolone cheese. I don't know, I just felt like both of those were missing. I tell you what, I was missing the bell pepper. It's kind of sad that that thing was burnt, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
You'll have that.
You'll have that. This would be a go-backer if he wasn't watching what he was eating.
I watched that.
You know what I mean.
Watched it and it disappeared.
But this would be a go-backer, yes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this will be a go-backer.
We're going to save some for tomorrow for lunch, but that's meal number 2. We'll see you for meal number 3.
How about a copycat McRib sandwich?
Oh.
I ain't had a McRib in I can't tell you how long.
I haven't that I've ever had one.
Yeah.
So.
I like it all right. It ain't the best in the world, but we're going to make one that's better.
That's better. There you go.
We're going to make one that's a whole lot better.
We're using our ribs from Butcher Box.
That's right.
Yeah.
Butcher Box coming through. So I've already taken the membrane off.
Yes.
And I've patted it dry.
Okay.
Because the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our dry rub, and then we're going to put the dry rub on this. This is a great recipe for like a Saturday before a football game, because you can get this all prepped up and put it in your slow cooker, because it's going to cook for about 4 hours. Or on Sunday morning, you could get up before church.
That's right.
And then have a good Sunday lunch. Let's get started. The first thing we want to do really is start preparing the dry rub. So you use whatever dry rub you want to. We're just going to make our own here. And I always like to start out with some brown sugar. So we're going to put a little over just a heaping cup really of, or heaping a quarter of a cup really of the brown sugar. And then we're just going to start layering in our favorite spices and herbs. And
what you got there?
That's garlic powder.
Got it.
So, you know, about a tablespoon of that. We're going to add some chipotle to give it a good smoky flavor.
That's chipotle chili powder.
That's right, chipotle chili powder. I guess I need to explain these a little better than I have been, all right? Now this is just chili powder.
Okay.
All right. It's going to give it a little bite, some heat. We got that in there now. Maybe just a touch more. There we go. We're just doing it until it feels good. And then we're going to do some cumin till it feels right. Black pepper.
Whoa.
Whoa, there we go. That came out good, didn't it? All right, and then let me grab some salt real quick. All right, here comes the salt. Cue the Jeopardy music. I should have been a little more prepared and got some more salt. All right, look here. We're going to mix it up real good.
Now, do we need to cut these in half?
We are going to cut them in half, but we're going to go ahead and rub this on there first.
Okay.
Cut it in half so we can get it to fit in the crock pot.
Right.
All right, now we got to test it. That's what you want. Right there. Now we're just going to rub it on. Cut this in half here with this pretty knife. Look at them, all them flowers on that knife right there. Let's see, what's about?
That's about half.
What you think?
Yeah.
Right there. There we go. There it is. All right, we're going to put it on high for 4 hours.
Okay, we'll see y'all a little bit later, and we'll have a few more steps to go.
I was supposed to add a half a cup of water. I don't think you really need to add a half a cup of water.
We're going to.
But that's what the thing says. So we're going to add a half a cup of water down in the bottom of this thing.
There we go.
Pop the lid back on it. And now everybody can sleep soundly at night.
What's so funny?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just laughing.
Laughing.
We've come to the end of the 4 hours, and it's time to take these out of the crock pot.
Right.
And we're going to let them cool off. So let's jerk these jokers out of here. Oh boy, it's been smelling good. Let's see if we can get a hold of them. Look at that, right under. Let's slide this a little closer here, and we're gonna zap them right over here.
Uh-oh, that one's falling. Better go quick.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
There we go.
Our house smells so good. So how long are we gonna let these cool for?
About 5 or 6 minutes. You know, we won't let them cool until they're cool enough for us to be able to handle them, because we're gonna pull the bones out of them.
Okay.
So we'll be back here in just a few minutes. They are nice and cool, so we're going to start taking the bones out of them.
And it is not hard to do.
Look at that. That just comes
Look
right
at
over there.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, so he's going to do that.
When you're taking your bones out, sometimes there might still be a little bit of a bone or kind of a piece of cartilage or something like that left over. So just make sure that you go back through with a fork and kind of test it, make sure there's nothing hard, because we want to get all of that out. We don't want to be biting down on that in our sandwich, that's for sure. All right, we've got all the hard pieces, or at least we think we got all the hard pieces out of there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to run our knife through these real good, really chop them up, and this will also reveal any other hard pieces that we might have missed. Really want to get all through this good. All right, we're doing good here. We're about to get to the end of this. Okay. That looks really good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our pork and start putting it in this bowl. All right, now, barbecue sauce. Of course, you can make your own barbecue sauce, or you can get some whatever store-bought brands you enjoy. We like this Sweet Baby Ray's.
Right.
And this is the sweet and spicy. Oh man, it is so good. Highly recommend that. But this is something that we've recently had, and it is really good. It's this Vidalia onion sriracha barbecue sauce. So we're gonna go in with that first. So we need to use up the rest of it. So we're just gonna go right in with this, and then we're gonna mix it up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and turn our oven on broil and get that preheated, because we're gonna go in with our barbecue here in just a moment. Okay, while our oven is set to broil and is preheating, I should say, we're gonna go ahead and put this out on our baking sheet. We've lined this with some aluminum foil just to make the cleanup a little easier. I better get all of it, Grandma'll be mad. All right, we got all of it out. We're gonna go in here and separate this out into 3 sandwiches.
So this is the ones that we used for, what did we use? Oh, for Philly cheesesteaks. And we still had 3 left over, so that's what we're gonna use tonight for our kind of makeshift McRibs.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit more barbecue sauce on each one of these loaves. Rib meat. Man, that looks good. And we're just gonna kind of spread it out a little bit here. All right, when we get ready to prepare our sandwiches, we're gonna need some coleslaw, and we have some leftover coleslaw from the other night. So we're gonna use our leftover coleslaw. And I'm gonna have some raw onion on top of my sandwich. And some pickles too. We're gonna put some pickles on there as well. So let's go ahead and chop this onion up and get it ready. You want any of this onion?
I don't want any raw onion.
All right.
Cole probably will though.
All right, so we're gonna put these in the oven under the broil for, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes or so. We just wanna watch it because we want the barbecue sauce to caramelize on top. Adds a little extra something or another. Oh yes, look at them babies. Well, I said 5 minutes, but it actually took 10 minutes.
It did.
To get a real good caramelization on there. Y'all, it's time to plate up. It's time to eat. It's time to eat. We're just gonna grab this here hoagie and take a big bite.
What was that look for?
I don't know. You just don't know, never know what's gonna happen.
No, you don't.
All right, look, we're gonna take a big old bite.
We'll just do it. Don't talk about it, just do it.
Wow. Oh man, that is good.
Good.
Delicious. Just melt in your mouth, barbecue flavor, spiciness of the slaw that we put on there. A little bit of the onion flavor now, the pickles. Oh man, this is like way better than any McRib anybody could ever have.
Oh, for sure.
That's amazing.
What's happening over there?
It's a little too good.
Y'all, it's been 2 minutes. Look how much he has left.
I just
now,
started.
a good bit fell off
Yeah.
because it's messy, but good job. All right. So I'm going to say that this is a winner then for both of y'all.
That is amazing. I don't think you could go wrong with any slaw, whether it's mustard, mayonnaise based, or what we did here with the lime juice and the honey and stuff. It is amazing. It is amazing.
Well,
that is delicious. I love it.
I'm going to dig in. I'll be back. Just make this. This is unreal. The rib meat is just so tender and just flaky and falling apart. It's also so juicy because it has all of that barbecue sauce on it. From that dry rub, we've got all those seasonings going on. And then with the coleslaw, it was a spicy slaw. And then we did the hot and spicy pickles on top too. Y'all, it's so good. You've got to make it. There you go. That's 3 dinners where we used meat from our butcher box. Don't forget to go check them out. Use that link below so you can get some free stuff. We appreciate y'all being here, and we will see you next time. Bye.